Okay, so continuing on here in 3.1, on functions, we now have piecewise functions. And it's a function made up of many parts or pieces. So what this means is, here's an example of it. You would graph 2x minus 1, but you only graph it when x is less than 1. And 3x plus 1, you only graph it when x is greater than 1. It's the only times that you would be graphing them.
Bob Barker reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
So we have this. We need to graph this equation, or actually it wants us to evaluate it when x is 0, x is negative 2, and x is negative 4. So evaluate when x is 0. When x is 0, you're going to use the first equation. Why? Because you use that when x is less than 2. So when it's less than 2, that's why we're plugging 0 in for this one first. So 0 plus 2 is 2. Evaluate when x equals 2. Down here, you use this one when x is 2, because that's when it's greater than or equal to. So when it equals 2 is right here. So I plug a 2 in here. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. When x equals 4, that's when it's greater than 2. So when it's greater than 2, I plug a 4 in, and that's when that works. So I plug a 4 in here. So 2 times 4 plus 1 is 9. So, example 7, you have a summer job that pays time and a half for overtime. That is, if you work more than 40 hours per week, your hourly wage for extra hours is 1.5 times your normal hourly wage of 7. So I write a piecewise function for this. So what it means is, if you work 40 hours, you get paid $7 per hour. So 7h is what you're going to get. And what does time and a half mean? It means you get paid time plus a half. So half of that is 3.5. So you actually get paid 10.5 an hour. But you only get paid 10.5 an hour when you work over 40 hours. That's why it's h minus 40. Because if I worked 45 hours, 45 minus 40, I only get that money for 5 hours, right? So 45 minus 40 is 5. So that would be your second equation. So first equation, when h is less than 40, and then this equation will tell you how much you make when you work more than 40 hours a week.
All right, who did this?
So how much will you get paid if you worked 45? I don't plug a 45 in here because 45 is not less than 40. It's greater than, so I plug a 45 in for this one. So I use the second one. And when I do, I get 332.5 hours.
So when did you know you wanted to be a model?
Alright, so functions are done. The hardest part is going to be finding domains and ranges. So when we do the examples in 3.1, pay close attention. So look at the examples for 3.1 in Trig.